What do my head you boys coming through once again? And on today's video, I'm gonna share my experience of becoming a dad. Yes, after doing 15 years, being released, being deported, I decided to be a father, right? That's one thing that me and the wifey had in mind. Even though I didn't have no money in my pocket, I only had $1,400 because of the stimulus check. And yes, I have a social security number, so I received that stimulus check, right? So that's what I had in my pocket. And trust me, I go through struggles. I still struggle. I still get scared when I come across situations. Why? Because I'm not familiar with it. I don't know how to handle those things because most of my life I was behind walls. I would like to share with you guys what I have witnessed behind the walls of inmates trying to be a parent behind those walls, man, and how difficult it is, right? Because at the end of the day, some people want to guide their kids to do the right thing, but at the end of the day, the advice coming from who? Somebody in prison, a criminal, right? So, how serious can you take that advice? And that's just facts, man. It's just facts. Now, before we continue with this video, do not forget to hit that like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Be notified every time we drop content. And if you live in the Central Valle and you want a taquiza, you want real good Mexican food, hit up our friends from Betty's Fiesta, man. They'll hook you up right there. So let's get to this video, right? Because when I got deported, right, we had a goal, and the main thing it was like becoming a building a family, right? Which, if you were to ask me, it's something ludicrous, something crazy that, like, hold on, man, you're not even stable, homeboy. Like, you don't even got money, you don't even got a bank account, and you already want to become a father. But I want to become a father so my kids can grow up because we're still young, right? So I want them to grow up without having that age gap, right? Because sometimes you see people that come out of prison right after doing so much time, and they end up having a kid when they're like 40, 50. By the time the kid is 20, these people, they're already like on their 70s, 60s, right? So it's like, hold on, what, you know? So I wanted that, and I was like, you know what? First of all, I need to lay a foundation, man, because I cannot start a family with no shit in my pocket, right? With no money. So I worked hard. You guys know the story. We worked hard. We built a business, and as we were doing all this, I still remember when we opened that business, the wife was pregnant already. And going and witnessing how, as months passed by, her stomach got bigger. Seeing how the baby was kicking inside her stomach, it was something that I never experienced, man, and something that I enjoyed. And having two kids healthy, that was like the best experience of my life. um, I want to give the best that I can to my kids, and I'll try, but I'm not perfect. Whenever they have something wrong with them, I get scared because I don't know what to do. Again, I was in prison for basically all my life. I got out, and then guess what? I became a parent. I don't got nobody to try to guide me like a family member close. Like, be, hey man, you look, when this happens, take them to this hospital. When this happens, this is new. It's a struggle. There's so many clinics. Like, you have, like, this is one thing about Mexico. You have like four different type of clinics that you can only go to this one. So you got the Publica, you have the what they call, like, IMSS, the SETIs or something like that. That is only for teachers and stuff like that. And you got private ones. So it's like, okay, where do I go? Which one is which one, man? And why can't I go to this one, right? And for me, it's complicated. So whenever they get sick, it's like, man, I don't know what to do. Let's go to the private one. I probably paid more for it, but it's like, okay, I'm gonna pay. I don't have no insurance, so I'll pay out of pocket. Let's just go and take them over here. Thank God that both of my kids are healthy. They haven't had no yet. They haven't had nothing, no accidents or nothing like that. Kids, man. Sometimes they're jumping, they break this, they do this. Hopefully, it doesn't happen, but you never know, man. You never know. But being a parent, man, I remember when she was pregnant the second time. We had them back to back. Like Mark, let's get this out the way. The second kid, my baby boy, we almost lost her baby boy. She had to take all kinds of different pills, super expensive, right? That basically will keep them attached to the umbilical cord. It was something that we struggle, and we invested a lot of money on that, which is way worth it, man. The life of one of my babies is worth everything that I have, which I don't have that much, but it doesn't matter. Um, but it's something that I enjoy doing. It's something that it brings me joy, and to have that experience of becoming a dad outside prison, man, is the best thing that can happen to me, because I have seen many people trying to be a dad behind prison. And trust me, it's difficult, man. I have seen individuals, and I was talking about this earlier, how you got different types of dad behind those walls. You have the dad that just gives up on his kids, don't send them nothing. Why? Because the baby mama it's not gonna give them this, not gonna give them that, and they just like, what, it is what it is, right? They just give up on the kid like that. And I do not. I mean, some people do it, they do it, but I do not agree with that, because I always say, if you're gonna do something, it's because you want to do it. It's not because you want. Just put it this way: at least do your job, trying to maintain that connection, trying to do something from your part. Now, if something happened in between, then the of receiving that message, something happened, you at least did your job. Now, if the mom or whoever was messing with the letters, that's their problem now. It's not your problem, So when the kid grows up, he can't come to you and say, hey, man, you never did this. And you say, hell yeah, I did. Look, I wrote you every week. I was telling you this. I was telling you that. Every week. Right? But some people give up. I have come across dads who make sure they send the letters, cards, every so often, man. Whether they're cool with the baby mama or they're not. They still do it. They still do it. And that's the best thing to do, man. Trying to keep that connection. I do understand. I mean, and I have seen inmates trying to give advice to their kids. Hey, man, behave, do this, do that. And at the end of the day, look where that advice is coming from. So you think that you hope that the kid is listening, right? But once you have a teenager, they know, man. It's like, come on, man. You've been going in and out of prison, and you're trying to give me some advice. And that's why we had to come out here, man, and make a great example to our children, man, so they don't continue to the same path that we went, right? It's about making a good example. Yes, we went to prison. Yes, we made bad decisions in our lives, but we have learned from those, right? We have learned from those, and it's time to be responsible and guide our kids to the right path. I have seen parents who dads who been in prison, never did nothing for their kids, but sure enough, they want to celebrate Father's Day, right? I do understand that some people have complicated relations with their significant other or ex, right? Understandable, and I think that somebody who at least tries deserves those extra points, man. And that's what I have to say about that, man. But when it comes down to me, I'm still scared, I'm still, but that didn't stop me, I'm here. I'm trying to provide the best to my kids, and I don't want them to have anything to do with my past life, What I did, I did. Now, what matters is what I'm doing right now and where I'm going to. And trust me, I'm taking my kids to that success. So, today, that's my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. But I'm just speaking on some real shit, man. I hope you appreciate it, and just remember this: make those kids proud, guide them through the right path. Don't let them down the way you're supposed to. We are out.